What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host, Chris, and today, as promised, we received the Super Mario Bros. Movie first trailer, or teaser trailer, however one you call it, but it was more of an extensive clip. We got an entire opening sequence for Bowser, played by Jack Black, and sounding amazing. And then we got a really cool look at Mario, surprisingly unaware of what's going on as he seemingly jumps through a tunnel and then is escorted to Mushroom Kingdom by Toad. We get a first look for all of the main characters other than Princess Peach, who was not there in the trailer, but this is something I think everybody should be excited for, so let's jump into what I thought, my reactions, and anything else I may have noticed in this 2.5 minute long trailer. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other major movie and television news updates happening daily here on the channel. You can also follow me on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at TheCultureChris. Links to both of these are in the description down below. Now, there are a few obvious things that we need to talk about coming out of this trailer, and that is the actors' selection, or who was picked to play these roles. We know Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Keegan-Michael Key, and Anna Taylor-Joy were all chosen to play Mario, Bowser, Luigi, Peach, and Toad, but how did they sound? I think, for starters, nobody can question that the introduced character, Bowser, sounds fantastic, and that is voiced by Jack Black. His voice is amazing. It fits very, very well. It doesn't sound like Jack Black is being too goofy, although it does sound like, and is heavily rumored and almost even confirmed, that there might be a few musical numbers here, which is definitely probably influenced from Jack Black, who we all know loves his musical side, loves to be involved in that. So there might be some fun, slightly more lighthearted sketches and song moments, but based off of the intro for the character we got in this teaser, he sounds fantastic, he looks awesome, and not to mention the animation overall for the show, or for this movie, was very, very well selected. It looks clean, and it's like a video game stepped into the big screen, which is exactly what we're going for here. The next character introduced is Mario, and there is an interesting sequence going on here. We can see as he comes through and enters the screen that there is a classic Mario tube above him. He seemingly has gone through that tube, but is also a little bit confused as to what is going on. I'm curious what the original introduction for this character is going to be, and there have even been a few of you guys who are talking about the possibility of it starting off as live action, and maybe Chris Pratt becomes transformed into Mario, and we keep his voice, but get this animated feature. Now, I haven't heard anything like that happening from any other rumors we've heard about this film. However, that would be a kind of fun way to do this, that he jumps into the video game, we'll call it, from a live action perspective. So that could explain his voice, but also would give us a really cool personable starting, as all of these characters are thrown into the video game kind of like the new Jumanji. However, again, that's just a fun theory I've heard from you guys, that's not a rumor I've heard about the movie. It does seem, however, that Mario doesn't really know what's going on, but towards the end of the teaser, as Toad, played by Keegan-Michael Key, and Mario head towards Mushroom Kingdom, he has a little bit more of a goal, a focus, and a mission. So again, that whole fun theory about them coming from this lifestyle of Chris Pratt and real live action and then converting into video games, as fun as that is to hear from you guys, I just don't think that that's going to be the case. It's more likely fully animated, and Mario is Mario, Toad is Toad, Bowser's Bowser. It's not kind of being thrown into this projected animated world. It's going to start off and be fully animated, which is ideal because we do want a full Mario Cinematic Universe to come out of this movie. Much like we're hoping to get with the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, which yes is live action coupled with animation, we're hoping to get a next film, some spin-off series, we already know Knuckles is coming, and we are hoping to get something very similar for Mario. We'll call it the Marvel idea, the big cinematic universes. We want to see multiple movies, we want to see spin-off shows for specific characters, movies for specific characters, and then even maybe a big awesome team-up movie where all of these main characters have to take down one big villain. You know how the story goes, but that's what we're hoping for, and it kind of sounds, maybe you would call it sad to say, oh, I need a Mario super cinematic universe, but it really is the fun way to do it, and these characters and items and Easter eggs do have such a rich history and lore, such a big fan base, that they already are set up for success. So, with all of that being said, let's talk about the big elephant in the room, Mario's voice. It's kind of like if Chris Pratt played Mario. That's exactly what it sounds like. Whereas Jack Black doesn't sound like if Jack Black played Bowser. It sounds like a really well put together Bowser. Mario sounds, by every meaning of it, like Chris Pratt is playing Mario. It's a combination of the two. It's not overwhelmingly Chris Pratt, but it's also not necessarily Mario. Now the question is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I've already seen dubbed over versions of this trailer with a more classic Mario voice. And let me tell you how a hour and a half or 2 hour long movie of listening to the "It's-a-me a Mario" in a very squeaky Italian accent would be kind of hard to watch. It would get annoying pretty quick. And if you think back to all the Mario video games you played, he doesn't have a whole lot of actual dialogue. Some cutscenes here or there, a phrase when he picks up a power-up or when he dies, but that's the entire extent of it. I think if we all tried to sit there and watch a Mario movie with the squeaky Mario accent, it would get really annoying really quick. So I don't actually have a problem with the change of the voice. They lowered it down a little bit, they made it a little bit more normal for conversation status, and I feel like that's the main reason. They sat there in the room and they thought to themselves, there's no way anybody wants to listen to an hour and a half to 2 hours of squeaky Mario. Let's make it a little bit more tolerable. And that's how we ended up with the Chris Pratt Mario hybrid voice, which we heard briefly in this trailer. Now you can definitely hear a little bit of an accent there, and I think that this was all created very specifically for the purpose of making a likable character. We also got a really good look at Luigi, who will be voiced by Charlie Day at the very end, very briefly. He was running away from some dry bones, what could definitely be teased as Luigi's Mansion, and that is just an example of the many different Easter eggs we can get from the Mario universe in this movie. If you think back to the Sonic movie, one of the most fun parts of it was trying to identify all the references, callbacks, the sounds that were familiar from the video games that we've all played growing up or played recently. And that's going to be very similar with the Mario movie. Watching and listening for all of the sounds that we are very familiar with, the levels, the locations, the games, the Mario Kart reference that is almost inevitable with the blue shell. There'll be all sorts of jokes. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yes, this is a big nostalgic movie, just like the Sonic movie was, but hopefully they do it in a way like the Sonic movie that is very enjoyable and has an advancement for the future of a Mario cinematic universe. But let me know what you guys thought about this teaser trailer. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement. The animation is perfect. What did you think about Chris Pratt's Mario voice? Are you for it? Are you against it? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thank you to everybody who watched to the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or entertaining, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell. And I'll catch all of you guys in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.